So even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day down in Alabama, with its vicious racists, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification, one day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted, and every hill and mountain shall be made low. The rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. This is the faith that I go back to the South with. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. This will be the day. This will be the day when all of God's children will be able to sing with new meaning, my country, tears of thee. Sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. And if America is to be a great nation, this must become true. And so let freedom ring. From the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire, let freedom ring. From the mighty mountains of New York, let freedom ring. From the heightening Alleghanies of Pennsylvania, let freedom ring. From the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado, let freedom ring. From the curvaceous slopes of California. But not only that, let freedom ring from Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill of Mississippi, from every mountainside. Let freedom ring. And when this happens, and when we allow freedom ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and singing the words of the old Negro spiritual. Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
MOM Radio and Pipe Bomb Radio present Not Your Mama's Radio Show with your hosts, former WWE superstars Oscar, Sir Mo, and Dreamy Mimi.
Welcome everybody. It's Not Your Mama's Radio Show with your hosts, Oscar, Sir Mo, and Dreamy Mimi. Welcome back, guys.
Hi, how you doing, Felix?
I'm good. How'd you guys like the little intro?
Loved it.
I knew you would. Sir Mo, I know you were there. Mo, you better be there. I know I can hear you. Is Mo not with us?
Oh, man. Well, okay. Well, I guess he'll be along. But, a powerful intro fitting to everything that's going on. It's not Black History Month yet, but we did celebrate the birthday of Dr. Martin Luther King this week, so we thought it would be a fitting intro to pay tribute to one of the greatest leaders, not just black leaders, but greatest leaders this country has ever seen and ever known. So, that. Plus, you got the movie Selma out, which is about his story. The president gave his State of the Union speech. So, in honor of all that, today we will be talking wrestling, of course, but we are going to actually address off-topic today a little bit. We are going to talk about the state of America as it pertains to the races. That's going to be our topic today, and I'm sure that all of us are going to have something to say about it. It should be a riveting conversation, and we should have a good time with it. But our guest tonight, from the new show, WGN America hit show, Wrestling with Death, we are going to be talking to Derek King, independent wrestler who's a very talented young man, but also is in a family where they run a funeral parlor. That is their core business. But in addition to that, they run wrestling shows. I caught a peek of the show the other night. It's a very interesting concept. I'd love to know what that show is probably quadrupled their business the first episode out. I'd like to know how that works, how they're doing, their plans for the future. Wrestling with Death, we're going to be talking about that tonight. And Dreamy Mimi and I are live in Boston tonight. We are here for the SmackDown taping on Tuesday, as well as taking care of some Equilibrium business. But we will be greeting fans at SmackDown Tuesday, hanging out with the one and only John Cena Sr., by extension, probably going to see Junior too. We'll see how that works out. But, yeah, we're having a good time. So we're on the East Coast, and we're finally doing a show on East Coast time. Not Central time. It's actually 8 o'clock. So there we go. But, Felix, I've been reading on Facebook. You are working out hot and heavy with your own personal trainer. How many pounds have you lost, and are you dead yet?
Believe it or not, I'm still up and kicking, and it takes a lot of discipline. It really does, because you have to give up everything that you love in order to focus on changes that can help you be here for the long haul. I mean, at this point, it's a transformation camp. It's like I guess you could say a weight loss camp, if you will. And I in the last 2 weeks, I'm down 18 pounds. It's a small start, but you know what? The journey is still way ahead of me, and I'm not losing any patience over it. Eating healthier, working out every single day, and let me tell you, it's
18
not.
pounds
it's probably
in 2
one
weeks.
of the.
That's pretty good.
Well, it takes a lot. Like I said, I've been doing the 4 a.m. workout. Sometimes I'll do 2 workouts in a day. It takes a lot of really determination and discipline to do this, because if you don't get up and do it, nobody else is going to do it for you.
Exactly.
And I want to transition into doing DDP yoga, but I mean, that's something that I'd like to see us all do. I mean, at this point, we can get with Dallas and do DDP yoga. What you think?
I think it would be awesome.
I think it'd be a lot of fun.
And Dreamy, how is your week going on the road? You've been traveling quite a bit, been very busy. What's going on with you?
It's actually good. Good balance between work and relaxing time.
Yeah, I saw her earlier. She was on the phone barking orders from the hot tub. I wish I could have took a picture. It was something to see. She was like, "Okay, now look," and she's in the hot tub, bubbles going. She got the phone, and I mean, just looking like a true executive. Everybody ain't able. I said, now that is the way to take care of business.
That's right. Hey.
Next thing you know, she's gonna be in the hot tub. She's gonna be in the hot tub next. You have a bunch of people around suits sucking up, apologizing for whatever. When she's in the hot tub barking orders. So, where's Big Black and Greasy? Speaking of almost Black History Month, is he not with us?
I like to think that he's there, but I was trying to reach out to him, let him know if he's on that we cannot hear him. Hopefully, maybe his phone's on mute or something. But he's on.
His phone line is in the system.
His phone line's in the switchboard, and on, I got him on. So.
All right. Well, Big Black and Greasy. Well, Big Black and Greasy, we talking to you. Oh Lord.
What? Mo, if you're there, try to give us a call back. Maybe there's a bad connection if you can. I mean, or hit the unmute button.
Yeah, the unmute button. It says mute, M-U-T-E. So anyway, all right, Felix, let's get to it. Did you see the President's State of the Union address the other night?
No, I sure did not.
You know what? I didn't either. I would love to talk intelligently about it. That's why I'm trying to get his black butt on here so he can give us a report on what he thought. Now, let me ask you an honest question. And Dreamy, I'm going to ask you too. Between the time Obama took office and now, it seems like in 2014 he's made more strides in his presidency than he's had in the whole time. Do you feel like that? And if so, what strides do you see him have made?
I guess I'll answer real quick. I mean, at this point, when he came into office, he didn't. First off, Mo, is that you? Are you there? Okay. He came into a bad situation, a really bad one, because at that point we had just started going through the recession, and it hit everybody. It hit America hard, and he had some big shoes to fill. Some would say he filled them to the best of his ability. Some would say he's not there yet. Some would say he needs to be gone and banished for years to come. For all intents and purposes, he did the best he could in a bad situation and made it a better one. It was better now than what it was in 2008, 2009-ish.
Okay, Dreamy, same question. Obama.
Well, I agree with Felix. I think when he first came in, of course, he came into a bad situation, and you're not going to see any change up front because he has to try to start cleaning up the mess that was created before he even got in there. I mean, but just as a list of some of his accomplishments. I mean, he's lowered the unemployment rate to like 8%, and he was able to bring the troops home, and a couple other things like with the gas prices and just different things that we're seeing have changed. But of course, they're gonna try to not give him credit for the positive things that he has done.
Okay, now here's the next question, and I already know how everybody's going to answer this. Usually by now, you know who are some of the top contenders, Republican and Democrat, to run for the presidency in 2016. And I usually keep up with this kind of stuff. I know not one name, and the names that I've kind of heard, I wouldn't vote for them if they raise minimum wage to $20 per hour. Felix, do you have anybody that you're going to the polls for preliminarily right now? I mean, it's still a good ways away, but we got to start looking at it. Did you see anybody?
At this point in time, I'd even vote for Jesse the Body Ventura to run for presidency. Anybody else is any relevant? You know what? I don't trust politicians as far as I can throw them. But hell, if the man could actually do it, I bet you Vince McMahon would probably run and probably win too. But that's another story.
I mean, first off, they're talking about a name that just the last name alone is like a hell to the no. Jeb Bush, hell to the no. I'm not going back to the bushes. I don't give a damn what's in the bushes. I remember a speech that, and I don't really care for him too much, but the one thing that Jesse Jackson said was, stay out the bushes. And I agree with that totally. And then Jeb Bush
we got Mo back on with us.
Great. Jeb Bush was actually having a conversation with Mitt Romney. I do not want, if Republicans get in, and it's a possibility they might, they are going to take the country backwards 30 years.
I doubt that.
You doubt that the Republicans are going to take the country? All right, first of all.
No, I'm saying I doubt a Republican's going to win.
You doubt that okay?
No,
what Democratic nominee that you see down the pike that got a chance to blow everybody out the water? Because I'm not sure if Hillary's even going to do it.
She's going to do it.
Now we got a shot.
She's going to do it. Trust me, she's going to do it. She ain't leave that Secretary of State job this early not to do it.
What about Hillary Clinton? You don't see Hillary running for president?
Yeah, Hillary's gonna do it. She's gonna run.
All right, we are going to get into this. I'm glad you're here because I know you saw the State of the Union. I want to get your thoughts on it. But we are joined by our guest tonight, Wrestling with Death, the man with the prettiest blonde hair that anybody has ever seen on the planet Earth, Mr.
That was stolen by
Derek
Shelton
King.
Benjamin.
I know. It looked like Shelton Benjamin, little cousin.
No. Shelton Benjamin stole it from Derek.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's exactly what happened.
You got a real innovator on there. All right, Derek. I'm sorry, Shelton Benjamin, your little cousin. Okay. Derek, what's up, man?
Nothing much. That is a fact. Shelton Benjamin did steal that hair from me.
You did what, young man?
I was just saying that's a fact. Shelton Benjamin did steal that hair from me. I'm sitting here with LaFonce, too. We're both here listening to you guys have your political talk, but we'll stay out of politics today.
All right, well, we're going to get into, we're going to get into Wrestling with Death. LaFonce, how are you, young man?
Doing fine, Mo. Doing fine, buddy. Good to be here.
You know, I saw you on TV the other night, and, you look good as a wrestler. Girl, I'm like, the man there with dead bodies during the day and be flipping them around and taking bumps at night. That is a good transition.
Thank you. It's a good way to let off all the steam.
I understand. All right, now, the first thing I want to know right out the gate, right now, you guys have been on for a couple of episodes. Has this quadrupled your business?
You talking about the funeral home or the
funeral home, right. We'll start there.
Well, it's I don't know if it's done extra business. You got to wait till folk die, so they ain't had time yet. But
I would imagine you're on WGN America, so if they dying from Tennessee to Alaska, they're probably going to be calling you.
Oh, hey, we'll go anywhere and get them.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Okay, how did all this come about? You got the funeral business, all right. You got the wrestling business. You guys transitioned a deal to WGN. How did all that come about? Either one of you guys can answer that.
Well, basically what happened is there's a couple guys that lived in Osceola, and they used to come to wrestling a lot, to the MCW a lot on Friday nights. Then they went to a funeral, and they realized that the guys they saw at wrestling were at the funeral home. So they kind of, figured, that these guys this will be a great reality show. That's what they thought, because, who has a funeral home, who's a mortician by day, and then a wrestler by night? That doesn't necessarily happen. So, those guys got together, got a pilot together, Left Field Productions picked it up from there, and then on to WGN, and now here we are.
Oh, okay. Well, no, that's got to be. I mean, that's got to be fantastic. Yeah, no, I would think that. See, one of the ways that you look at it is you guys got a show. It's probably going to wind up being a hit show. But you guys got like a nationwide infomercial that you run every week for both your businesses, and that's got to be a phenomenal thing to have. If business has not picked up, the forecast is, and watch what I tell you, business is going to skyrocket and boom, even out of the curiosity factor. So congratulations. All right, so Derek, I hear you're a legend in Tennessee. Who trained you? And what is your whole wrestling story, my man? And, Shelton Benjamin biting your look and your style. How did all that come about?
Well, basically, I grew up, obviously, in Memphis. And if you lived in Memphis or within earshot of the Mid-South Coliseum, you knew what wrestling was. So I grew up watching Memphis wrestling, idolizing probably Jerry Lawler, and I'm sure most people know that. And I got to meet Tony Myers. He's actually just an enhancement guy on Channel 5 at the time. And he used to come to our grocery store. And I met him. And then he had a school in Dixie, Arkansas, small little town in Arkansas. I drove there every Sunday to train. Went from there. I obviously met Bill Dundee. I met, Don Bass. Same time I met Moondog Spot. I started wrestling in Osceola. I wrestled there, and I was trying to wrestle there, Brighton, Tennessee. Anywhere I could wrestle, you put a ring in the backyard of anybody's house or in the middle of the street, I was going to wrestle at. I was lucky enough to wrestle for David Milliken also in Brighton. I went from there to Channel 5. Did Channel 5 with Power Pro. Mo was there. He knows all about those days at Power Pro. Did that, and from there I met Jim Cornette, and Jim Cornette got me to OVW. I did some WWE stuff. All the while just trying to go around the world and wrestle. And Jim Cornette's actually the guy who told me to dye my hair blonde and let's see what happens. And it hadn't been black since. So I've been and I say this a lot, but I've been a very lucky guy because Mo and I actually ran the show together in Dyersburg, and so to see on both sides of the business, to be promoter, booker, and wrestler, but it's been the greatest little career of my life. But if you would ask me 10 years ago if I was going to be on a reality show, especially with LaFonce or with the Latham family, I would have told you there's no way in hell that happened.
Okay. All right. No, that sounds fantastic. Now, you guys run shows how often? Once a month, or how does that work out?
We run every Friday night in Osceola, and then we run at least one benefit out on the road on a Saturday once a month.
Oh, okay. Now, the most important question I'm going to ask is your daughter-in-law and wife ever going to get along?
Is LaFonce's daughter and wife ever going to get along? That's a question for LaFonce for sure. I'll let him answer.
Well, it hadn't happened yet. Matter of fact, we've been getting all kind of calls this week saying, put them in the ring, put them in the ring.
Yeah, that sounds like that'd be a good angle.
Right. We need to book that right over.
It'll be an angle because it's not an angle. Them two act like they really got problems.
Yeah, that'd be a shoot, won't it?
It'll turn the promotion into a UFC event because they'll be taking it because they seem like they got years of frustration that just culminate into a match.
Yeah, we can book it around the world. I promise you.
That'd be like Frank Mir and Brock Lesnar.
Well, Big Daddy, why don't you tell us about your wrestling career?
Yeah.
Well, of course, I was kind of late in life getting started, so I'm going to be real late in life quitting. Moondog Spot came through our hometown 22 years ago, and he wanted to start a wrestling show there, and someone told him that I was a wrestling fan. He came by, and I started sponsoring him and promoting the show there in Osceola, and the next thing you know, Moondog had me in the ring, and the next thing you know, I had my wife in there, then my son-in-law, then my grandson, and the whole family. First thing you know, Moondog had us all in there turning flips. So here it is 22 years later, I'm still flipping, just not quite as high.
Still flipping. And you mean tell me it took you 22 years to get Bubby involved?
Yeah, it took TV to get Bubby involved.
Yeah, he didn't seem too interested in doing it. He's like, I can't promise you nothing about no wrestling.
Yeah, he's kind of a background person, a lawyer, and he can even separate the entertainment from being a junkyard dog.
I didn't grab you to touch your purse.
Okay. Do you think that? In somewhere in the middle of all this, do you think that one day you'll get Derek King to be able to raise a cow by himself?
We're going to start milking lessons next week. Only thing about it, I had him out there the first time he had the cow's tail trying to jack it, trying to make it do milk. I said, wrong end, brother.
I'm not very good with cows at all.
Not at all, huh?
Not at all.
Well, as long as you don't let them catch on fire, that'd be all right.
Oh, I promise you, you're right. All right.
It'll be all right. So here's an interesting question. How in the world does Derek? This is going to be kind of out there. I'm just kind of stirring the melting pot a little bit. How in the world does Derek and Harry get along? Considering, Derek is married to his son's mama.
Well, they're husband-in-laws.
Oh, that's too funny.
Husband-in-law.
But laying all jokes aside, they do very good at that. They get along real well, and they're two of our top wrestlers, and
right.
They do a good job at it. I'm proud of both of them.
Well, good. It looks like Derek gets along pretty good with Max as well.
Yeah.
That's definitely for TV. I'm kidding. we do get along. Now, I would tell you, we of course, just like any family, we have our moments, and but that's the fun part about it. We'll talk over a game of Monopoly one night. That's how it gets over with.
Okay. Well, with all the other reality TV shows out there, I was watching a special the other night. They were talking to Bobby Brown about his reality TV show. And he said initially Whitney Houston was not supposed to be involved at all. She was supposed to take the background, and so you really weren't supposed to see her. And so you saw her a few times. I wonder, Derek, is that the same way with your wife? Because I've seen her sitting at the dinner table once or twice. But as far as being on camera, seems like she stays as far away from camera as possible.
Jamie's not the show business part of the family for sure. She doesn't too much care for being out there on television. Obviously, when she goes to wrestling shows, she's nowhere to be found. She's in the car waiting on it to be over with or whatever. She's just not into all the lights, camera, and action kind of stuff. So she's the most conservative, quiet part of the family. She just likes to be normal, so to speak.
Okay. Well,
hey, guys, I just want to let you know that we have somebody calling in that actually would like to ask Derek a question, if Derek's okay with that.
Go for it.
That is fine.
All righty. Her name is Linda. Linda, you're live with Derek. Go ahead.
How's your show been going, Derek?
It's been going really good. I've enjoyed the last couple of weeks of it.
I know I haven't seen it.
You've not seen it?
No, not yet. Get it.
Well, it's Tuesday nights at 9 o'clock on WGN, and then every Thursday night I think they do an encore presentation of the show, so you got to check it out.
Yeah, if you don't have that channel, go to a friend's house and check it out. It's a great show.
Well, you know what? If you can't get it, you can call Sermo Bootleg, and he'll get you a DVD of the show.
It's the almighty dollar.
You call Sermo Bootleg, and we'll get you a DVD of the show.
But I will tell you, if you got a computer, you can go to WGNAmerica.com, and they play the show in entirety. It's a couple days behind, but you can check out the show online if you want to check it that way.
That's awesome. That's good to know, man.
All right.
I'm glad you said that, man. Say again?
No, I was telling the guest, thank you for calling in, or the caller, thank you for calling in.
Okay. Yeah, plug that again, Derek, about the internet, please.
That's exactly right. So if you can't get it if you don't have WGN America, you can always check it out on WGNAmerica.com. They play the show in its entirety. It's a couple days behind, but you can still catch the show, and they keep it running. I think Hula catches it too, and there's they're always an avenue with smartphones and everybody got Netflix and all that kind of stuff. There's always a way to catch it.
Well, I know they've split them up in 30-minute episodes, and I've watched these first 4. How many episodes would a season be, Derek?
Well, we're going to do. I know we did 12 episodes, so it's going to be I guess it'll be 6 weeks.
Okay.
So it'll be because we do 2 shows. There's 2 shows back to back. So I know we did 12 episodes right off the bat.
Okay. Oh, okay. Now, what live events do you guys have coming up?
Well, I will say this: tomorrow night we'll be in Osceola, and every Friday night we'll be in Osceola. Also, Saturday I'll be in New Bern, Tennessee, doing the show there. Also, and then we'll be back on what's the date? February 7th. There's a show in Luxor, Arkansas, and also February 7th we're doing New Bern. So we're trying to stay busy as we can.
You're not doing another casket match, are you?
Yeah, I'm not. No casket matches for me. LaFonce and Jerry can take care of that with the LA Hustlers. I'm out of that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay. I was wondering. I know you didn't want to kill the town.
I've been known to do that a time or two.
Well, I mean, so you 12 episodes, 12 30-minute episodes.
Right.
Are you guys able to get numbers like on a weekly basis as far as viewership?
To be honest, I don't really know what the numbers mean just yet, but they hadn't got a full scale of what the numbers mean at all, or what.
Yeah, it takes a while to get that.
Okay.
Especially if we're doing 2 shows. The show airs twice a week, so there's going to be a time they're trying to get. I'm sure all those numbers will be combined together.
Those numbers come out. Those numbers come out in quarters, and they'll it's called the Arbitron system. It's done quarterly, but believe me, they'll let you know how you're doing.
Right, I hope so. But I will tell you that obviously we all are hoping for a second season, because I feel like one season you're just getting introduced to to the characters and the people in the show. 2 seasons, you kind of getting who the guys are. I think it's entertaining, not just because we're on it, but it's a different way of looking at wrestling and looking at to me, I've learned more about funerals than I ever knew. And it's kind of one of those things you will always you're all of us are gonna have to go through it at least once, in life. So that's kind of what you look at. But it's, there's a little education, there's a little fun with wrestling too, and it's not, I'm not knocking WWE or Impact or anything like that. It's just your regular wrestling show, so to speak. So it gives you a little bit of insight of guys really having fun on Friday nights also. Mo, you've been around there.
Let me give you guys a hint how to negotiate. If they tell you you're coming back for a second season, and instead of 10 p.m. Eastern, they tell you you're coming on at 8 o'clock, it'd be like, all right, well, the check should be considerably bigger. That means you're doing something right.
We're hoping on that, too, so I don't think we're not.
Well, just to give you my take on the show, I watched the premiere and I watched every episode, and I thoroughly love the concept. The one thing I love about it more than anything is because this is one thing that pisses me off, and it's got something to do with the world in general. The beautiful thing about the show is that there's a death there in Osceola, Arkansas. In that small little town, somebody dies and nobody else in the world knows about it, hears about it, or may even care about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But through this show, somebody dies, and the outside world is able to look in and see that process, and so that person is not only remembered by the cast of the show and the family, but that person is remembered by millions of other people around the world. Even if it's something as simple as, okay, like this week's show, the one guy who was found dead in his home, okay, that was discolored a bit. You know what I mean? Nobody would have ever known about that or heard about that without this show. And to me, that is the beauty of the show, is that, there's a whole world of people that can see that, feel that, grieve that, feel that family's pain, and it also gives them an insight as to, what is coming down the road for those of us who hadn't taken that journey yet. If you understand what I'm saying.
That's the part that we appreciate the network, WGM America, and Left Field, the producers. We told them we didn't want nothing, redneck about the funeral home. We wanted to be professional, and they make a tribute to this individual. And like you said, instead of those few little family members, this guy didn't have much of a family.
Right.
Just instead of those few little families seeing this tribute to him, the whole world got to see it. And so
right.
It's a way to go out here, I think. I think it was very good.
Yes, sir. And the wrestling plot. I love the stories that have played out thus far. I love those, but most importantly, I love the fact that you get to go inside. You get to go inside that room and see how a body comes in, how the beginning of the preparation is, some of the things that go into it, and then LaFont's just an amazing, just an amazing closeout when you're saying those last words for those families. I know myself, I personally appreciate it, even though I'm not sitting in that audience, but just watching it from home, I know myself, I personally appreciate just the way that you handle the family, the kind last words, that you give, and then the fact that when each episode goes off, it says in memory of whoever that person was, and that's beautiful. I applaud that, guy.
Thank you very much. That makes us feel good, because I'll be honest, the funeral home part was a little nervous about it, but the way it's been presented, and to hear someone like you say that really makes us feel good and confident. So thank you very much for your comments.
Hey,
yeah, well, I love the fact that the shows are family friendly, and the whole limo thing you did, for the kids. I thought that was ingenious, because Mo and I, we're all about young people. We run anti-bullying campaigns and all other kind of stuff like that. And anything that uplifts children, to me, and the fact that showcased the show that, you guys are running a business and running a wrestling promotion with a heart that reaches out to the community like that, to me, you guys are aces in my book, because you got so many businesses that are just self-serving and selfish. They just in the line of their own pocket. They don't even have any propriety or show that they care about the community, and you guys do that. You guys, even said that the community is giving you guys so much so that you guys want to give back. I thought that was a beautiful thing that you said, LaFonce, and I'm glad your heart's in the right place. And as such, God is going to keep blessing you, and you're going to keep building. And I mean, man, it's just a beautiful thing what you guys are doing in that regard.
Yeah, and also, Bill, Big Daddy, I never got a chance to say it, in person because after all the dust and everything else cleared, I wanted to personally tell you right here on this radio program.
Amen.
We'll appreciate everything you did for Nelson when he passed away last February. We really appreciate, the effort. We appreciate the donation that you personally made, and making that cost efficient, so that we can put our brother away, in a very decent manner. And I am wrestling with death's number one fan. I just want you guys to know that.
Thank you so much. We're all buddies and friends, and we got to stick together through the thick and through the thin.
Yeah, man.
Yes,
if there's anything we can do for you, don't forget, don't hesitate to holler at us, because I mean, you guys, I didn't know you guys before that, but seeing everything and appreciating what you did for us and all that, you guys became my brothers right then and there, LaFonce, Derek, and the whole fam. So we just honored to know you. We've had our run at it and all of the kind of stuff like that. But to see you guys bringing something brand new to just the new generation of the wrestling world is just a wonder to see. So, I'm just honored to know you. So if there's anything that, we ever can do for you, don't hesitate to call us. We're here for you.
That's right. And
Don't
Derek,
think we won't call you.
Derek, I know you get a lot of haters, correct?
There are some, but I do have to say that there's a lot of guys that support me. I will tell you the bookings of the people calling for bookings have gone crazy. So there's
of course, you're on TV.
There's a lot of positives of it, but I mean, most people know now that I don't mind traveling, but my wife wants me to be at home.
Right.
Yeah, well, you gonna tell her if she wanna she want that house to get extended, that brand new car, if she want a Christmas gift, and that pedicure set, she gonna let you pack your bags.
You ain't kidding about that.
I tell you what I want to see. I know Big Daddy's got this thing about he not wanting to mix the funeral business with the wrestling business. He kind of got upset about that casket match with the L.A. Hustler. But what I want to see is Miss Sandra and LaFonce's daughter go at it inside of a limo. No holds barred.
Well, I got hashtag book. I got hashtag on Facebook. Hashtag book the match. I'm ready for it.
Just put them inside the limo. Don't put nothing but a camera in there and lock the doors. Don't let nobody in, and whoever comes out is the winner.
I don't know how many bleeps we can get on one show for that.
I love it, man. I love it. Mimi, is there anything you'd like to ask Derek or Big Daddy?
No, I didn't have any questions. You guys covered it all.
What about you, Felix? Okay.
Or maybe not radio.
I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, I was screening calls. My apologies. No, actually, I've been listening and enjoying the conversation and getting an education on what's been going on with this TV show, because I myself had never heard of it, and Derek kind of covered the whereabouts of where to find it, so I can kind of catch up and definitely check it out, because it offers an interesting twist on a reality show involving professional wrestling that fans would never have thought to see before, and I'd be willing to give it a shot. Why not?
I think it's a great. I love the plot, and Derek and I had a conversation on the phone when I talked to him about some of the wrestling stuff, and I think it's beautiful that they give you just enough of it to make you want to come back and see which is what wrestling is about. You know what I mean? You don't give it all. You know what I mean? You don't give it all. You give them just enough to make them want to come back next week and see what's going to happen. And I love it. I'm interested in seeing that rat run across Derek's foot next week.
We hope that doesn't happen.
Now, in one of those previews, I don't know if I missed something or not. In one of those previews, and I'm assuming you were talking to Max, but y'all were walking through the woods and Max had a pocket knife.
Yeah, this is crazy. Max is totally outdoors kid. He loves everything outdoors, and I'm totally the guy that wants to be inside. So there's there's all kind of things when his dad wants to go out in the woods to hunt and sleep outside. You have to check it out because I can't get away too much. It's crazy.
I got you. I love that. I love the whole Derek and Max thing. I think it's beautiful. You know, stepdad and stepson, and you can tell that he's got just watching it. You can tell that he's got a love for his stepdad. It's kind of awkward, but my stepdad's a city boy, and I love it, man. I love it. He's over more than 60% of the current roster somewhere else, but I won't call no names.
We won't get into that.
I won't call no name. So Friday night, it's Mid-South Championship Wrestling.
Mid-Southern Championship Wrestling, yeah.
Mid-Southern Championship Wrestling, Osceola, Arkansas. Bell time every Friday night, 8 p.m.
8:15.
8:15. You see
that's
such guys.
That's time right there.
That's it, buddy. See guys such as Big Dan LaFonce, Miss Sandra, Derek King, Serpent, right?
Right, Serpent's there.
Serpent's there. The L.A. Hustlers. Yep.
Right.
L.A. Hustlers. Iceman, Chris Austin.
Yeah.
Tommy Drama. White Lightning.
Mm-hmm.
White Lightning, just to name a few. I'm not familiar with the entire roster.
One of these Friday nights, Big Mo's gonna be there.
You know what? It's just a phone call away, Big Daddy. all you got to do is say, "Show up," and I'm there, buddy. Just say, "Show up."
He's gonna be getting hold of you in the near future to come over.
Hey, you know what? Me and that guy's had a rivalry go back 15 years.
Never say never, right?
Never say never. Me and that guy got a rivalry that goes back 15 years. You know, the last episode of Power Pro Television, Derek King was wrestling me and my partner in a handicap tag team match.
I did have.
I ain't gonna tell you who won that, but.
Where are those political strings when you want to pull, right?
Well, I'm just happy I didn't get fired the second time around. You know, the first.
Oh, I'm gonna get for that forever.
Hey, Big Dad, if you call me Big Dad, I'm coming. Just know that I'm a locker room clown, and I'm hoping Derek don't mind me cutting up too much. And
we're gonna be looking forward to it. And Derek King will be getting a hold of it in the near future. I promise.
Hey, LaFonce.
I hope so.
LaFonce.
I hope so.
Yes, sir.
All right, I got something for you. You never remember this in a million years, but it's gonna be fun. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Tell a friend and tell another friend. The new hit show WGN, Big Daddy LaFonce, the real money maker. Big Daddy LaFonce, because he's a real undertaker. So tell everybody, take a deep breath. They got a hit show, Wrestling with Death.
Amen.
That was good.
You gotta have a copy of that.
Yeah.
All you got to do to get a copy of that is call Sermo DVD, and I'll get you a copy of that, buddy.
All right. We're gonna be doing it.
I love it.
All right. Well, Derek and Big Daddy LaFonce, we appreciate you guys coming on, man. We wish y'all nothing but success. We're gonna continue to follow the show and look and be sitting at home praying for a second season. And I know that the longer the show is on the air, the more people are going to call and want to book you. You know, you guys, in a little while, you guys are going to get booked like Bobby Brantley from Lizard Lick Towing.
Right, man.
You know, he's an instant wrestling star now.
You guys, I mean, those porn star guys, they get booked. I mean, they don't just get booked out in Vegas. These people go all over. You guys better be prepared for the reaping of the harvest because that phone going to be ringing. You're going to have to turn things down. Big Daddy LaFonce, they're going to want you to franchise your business nationwide. This is what television does. This is how God works, and it's you guys' time. So, just don't forget a brother phone number because, a brother got some wrestling talent when it comes down to it.
Yeah, Derek, you and Big Daddy are no longer wrestlers. From now on, when the poster goes up, reality TV star.
Reality TV star, that's right.
And Big Daddy LaFonce.
Hey, guys, it's been a whole lot of fun. Thank y'all so much for having us tonight.
Not a problem. Come back soon.
All right,
guys. All right. Man, I love that show, man. It's so weird because I'm sitting in front of the TV with the remote, waiting for it to come on, flicking back and forth, waiting for it to come on because I'm drawn in from the week before. The stuff that I see the week before, and then the preview of next week. See, that makes me want to go back and watch it. And that's what's missing on today's television, man. They don't close out the show and make you want to come back and watch it next week. And that's what I love about that show. It's that it gives you that old school wrestling feel where you just got to tune in next week just to see what's going to happen.
Well, Mimi said the have and the have-nots make you want to tune back in.
Do they? I guess I need to check that out because
if you haven't been watching the have and the have-nots, that's one of the better shows on TV.
Oh, okay. Better than Little Women of L.A.
I haven't watched Little Women of L.A. and you just a freak. I ain't been watching that.
Hey, man, I like them hot midgets, man. They kind of sexy.
My brother has issues.
Oh, my goodness gracious almighty. All right, it's 8 minutes to the hour. We're going to take a commercial and come back with the WWE report.
All right.
All right. Back in a moment, folks.
All eyes are on the NXT Championship.
The number one contenders tournament continues.
But the only thing on Zane's mind is revenge.
I'm not wrestling one more match unless it's against Kevin Owens.
Now,
Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens signed the contract for February 11th. If anyone touches each other, I will cancel the match.
Can Sami control his rage long enough to ensure his shot at vengeance? NXT, this Wednesday, 8/7 Central on WWE Network.
Listen to Oscar and Mo with Dreamy Mimi Thursday night on Not Your Mama's radio show from 8 to 10 only on Pipe Bomb Radio Network.
It is now time for the Royal Rumble.
Here we go. Over top rope, both feet hit the floor, so you are eliminated. Every man for himself tonight. Whoa! He's dangling. You gotta get him over the top rope. You can't win if you don't make it to the end. One of these men will main event WrestleMania.
This is history in the making.
Brock Lesnar has conquered everything in his path.
When the Royal Rumble is over, I stand proud and say the champ is here.
I am Mr. Money in the Bank. I am walking out champion.
A triple threat match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
WWE Royal Rumble is presented by Hulu and WWE Immortals. This Sunday, live on WWE Network.
There's always a plan B.
Once again, it's time to take a look back at what we saw on Monday Night Raw. Not Your Mama's Radio Show presents The Raw Report with Dreamy Mimi.
Mimi, are you there? Well,
this is your
Oh, I'm sorry.
Your
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. That kind of went bad. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Mimi.
Okay. This is your WWE report for the week of January 18th, 2015. The Royal Rumble is upon us. The annual battle royal for supremacy in WWE and to determine who will headline WrestleMania is this Sunday, emanating from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. On a side note, Ring of Honor will also be holding an event at the old ECW Arena that same day, a doubleheader for true wrestling fans, as the Ring of Honor event has a start time of 3 p.m. When it ends, they can head on over to the Rumble. A true wrestling fans doubleheader. The question remains, what will happen on Sunday? Will it be John Cena, 16-time world champ, Seth Rollins as the new champ, or will Brock Lesnar F5 his way into keeping the title? With rumors swirling that Lesnar is looking for a UFC return, his tenure as WWE top dog should come to an end. That brings us to Cena and Rollins. Will his attitude adjustment win him yet another belt, or will Rollins curb stomp his way to victory? On Monday Night Raw, it was indeed the best show I've seen in a very long time, with a reunion of NWO and an appearance by APA, and the squashing of the Ascension. The air was truly fresh. It's a shame it took a bunch of WWE's elite alums to show the current roster of Young Guns how it's done. But again, some things have to be seen to believe. With Flair, Hogan, and a still spry-looking Shawn Michaels in the ring, did they really need Reigns to come to the rescue? Foul that one under really? 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 Is it me, or could the Authority go back where they've been for weeks? That whole thing to me is just simply over. And what the hell? Daniel Bryan comes back after months out of the picture, and what do they have him do? Job out to Kane? OMG. Ryback, Ziggler, and Rowan back in the WWE picture. And what a surprise, just in time for the Rumble. Cena, in a handicap match, had to take on Rollins, Kane, and The Big Show. With the help of an appearance by the icon Sting, he pulled out the win, reinstating the three fallen heroes. And finally, the Usos put the tag titles on the line against Miz and Mizdow. Can the Samoan Juggernaut withstand the conniving pair? We will see. WWE is now taking applications for writers in the creative division. I'm putting my application in. How about you? Not Your Mama's radio shows, Oscar and myself will be on hand live this Tuesday in Boston at the post-Rumble taping of SmackDown. I'm Dreamy Mimi for Not Your Mama's radio show.
My apologies for those listening tonight. I kind of got a little, I guess you could say, mic happy about turning a mic on, turning it off, turning it on. Mimi, my apologies.
Okay.
And of course, okay, that's fine. I wasn't sure if. Okay, that's cool.
Call me back. Call me back at the number that I gave you, so we can
I'll do that.
Get the show rolling.
Okay. In the meantime, I'll let Mimi and Mo talk amongst themselves as I get Mo back on, or get Oscar back on the line.
Well, all right. Well, Mimi, how's your meetings going?
It went well. We've actually been, like I said, it's been productive, but also relaxing. So, a good mix.
Oh, good. Takes a lot of time putting stuff together, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, good. As long as you're progressing.
I like doing it though. I mean, I love keeping busy. I love putting things together. So it's a good thing for me.
Well, good. So you guys didn't get to watch the State of the Union address. Right?
No, we didn't. Yeah, no.
You know, I really I really have a problem. I really have a serious problem with this country. You know, just whether you like the man, like the job he's done or not, I still think that he doesn't get the respect that, you know, the United States president should get.
I totally agree. My mother, one of her pet peeves is when people introduce him or say, you know, Obama, and she's like, you know, no, he's not Obama. He's President Obama. And no one else, you know, they never disrespected anyone else like that. You know, they never just said Clinton, you know, Bill Clinton. It was President Bill Clinton and, you know, President Bush. But, and, you know, we were talking earlier on the show about all of President Obama's accomplishments since his time in office. You know, he has really accomplished some major things. You know, one of the biggest things was ending the war. You know, but, of course, they're not going to they're going to try to play the positive things that he's accomplished down because they didn't want him there in the first place and they're still not happy about him. So they're going to try to play it down and not give him credit.
Right. Yeah. I'll tell you this. God bless that man with a ton of patience. You know what I mean? I mean, it's you know, when he did the State of the Union address last year, the last one he did, somebody,
and we are back, folks.
Okay, somebody in the audience, you know, yelled out something that was really, really nasty. You know what I mean? He paused, and then he continued on. You know, this week when he done the State of the Union address, and he made a comment, he says, I have no more races to run. You know, a group of people started clapping, right? He paused, he looked at him, he said, because I won the last two. You know, gave the shit-eating grin, and then proceeded on with what he was talking about. And, you know, there's so many, I mean, you could sit there and you can name so many things that he's changed. Well, here's what I think is one of the biggest things, okay? You know, and everybody, and I'm so sick and tired of hearing it called Obamacare because it's not Obamacare. It's the Affordable Care Act. It's not Obamacare. They just put that negative connotation on it to be smart. But let me tell you something about that. You know, you take somebody like a Marty Jannetty, who, if you've seen him, I don't know if you've seen him, but he walks basically on the inside of his ankle. You know what I mean? He walks basically on the inside of his ankle, you know, from the years of abuse, you know what I'm saying, in his business. You take somebody like that, try to go get, you know, some health insurance without the Affordable Care Act, he would get denied. I mean, just right away would get denied. You know what I mean? But now with that Affordable Care Act, he can get insurance. He can go get that ankle fixed, you know, and the insurance is going to cover it. There's no pre-existing condition waiting period. You know, once you have insurance, you have insurance. You know, it's just like that lady that was there was a lady from Charlotte that was at the State of the Union address with President Obama and his wife. She had came, and before the Affordable Care Act, she had been diagnosed with a brain tumor. She couldn't get anything done. Once the Affordable Care Act went into effect, she's gotten insurance. She's had surgery, and she'll tell you right now today that she's alive because of that.
I know, but I know they took my mama to $200 a month for health care.
Is that what it cost her? Is that what it cost her? $200 a month?
Yep. That's
you know
that was the assessment that she got when a representative walked her through, you know, what plan was the best one for her.
she had insurance last year through the Affordable Care Act, and actually last year it was great. It was $60 a month. I think she had like I think it was $5,000 deductible or something like that. But what she had last year was good. It was doable. But then when she had to renew this year, it was $190-some a month, and like a $16 or $20-some thousand deductible. And I'm like, what is this? So anyway, and I've heard a couple people even mention the same situation that they're having. That last year they, were great, and it was $60-something a month, and this year it's jumped to $200 and something.
Did they go through the same insurance company, or did they check the market?
No, this is the same insurance company, but going back through the the people that help you sign back up, or sign up and fill out the paperwork or whatever.
Right.
They try to give you, I guess, the best coverage or the best thing for you. Well, what's the best thing for you and the best what's affordable? And I don't understand how anybody on a fixed income, they can think that $200 a month is affordable for them.
You know what? I think I'm not sure about this, so don't quote me on this. But here in North Carolina, not only do they help, they've got a program here in North Carolina that helps you pay your premium.
Okay.
And I don't know if that's just a state-to-state thing, but here in North Carolina, they've got a program here that it gives you all the choices. You have to pick out which choice you want. If you want a $500 deductible, the insurance might be a little higher to have a $500 deductible than a $20,000 deductible. You might as well not have insurance if you're gonna have a $20,000.
Exactly.
You might as well not have. But here in North Carolina, they've got a program that not only pays your enrollment fee, but it also help pay your premiums.
Well, different states are more helpful than others, because just talking about healthcare, we're in Indiana, and trying to get Medicaid in Indiana is crazy, whereas people in Illinois, get it easily.
Yeah.
So, it's just state to state. Because I know Indiana is rough.
Yeah, Tennessee is too. Because even being on Medicare for the kidney thing, I couldn't get Tennessee Medicaid.
Oh wow.
But I've been here in North Carolina for 2 months, and I went last weekend and applied for Medicaid and was able to get it.
Yep. See.
Because it was costing me $2,000 a week for dialysis.
Oh wow.
That's on top of my insurance.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah. But the country is in a lot better condition now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Now, what are gas prices down there in North Carolina now?
$2.02 here in North Carolina. The state average in South Carolina was $1.87.
See,
I was $1.79.
I haven't seen gas prices like that since the 70s. Now,
right.
I mean, now that's just that right there is just saying something. And you had the president give his State of the Union address, and then you have some of the Republican response will dissect and make ugly every last word he said. But you have to look at it. Now, you get some Republican in office, gas prices going up to $5 a gallon before Memorial Day.
Right. Of course. But of course.
And He done opened us up to relations with Cuba. We're going to be able to open casinos down there, and that's going to bolster the economy, not just for Cuba, but for the United States. The trade embargo alone, not even embargo. The trade situation is going to open up Cuban jobs. We're going to be able to outsource. We're going to be able to go back and forth. I mean, the businesses. We're gonna make a lot of money. Our businesses, small and big, are gonna make a lot of money to build up the things up there they don't have. The trading of our infrastructure alone to help, give them the things they don't have. I mean, it's just opening up opportunities, on both fronts. And I mean, there was an old saying: only Nixon could go to China, which was true back then in the 70s. Only Obama can go to Cuba. So now we don't even have to not go to Cuba no more. We've been having problems with them since the Cuban Missile Crisis when Kennedy was president. That's when everything got shut down in Cuba.
Well, I mean, it's like President Obama said, man, when you try something for 50 years and it's not working, it's time to do something different.
Right.
I mean, that's kind of like laying your old lady down, man, and doing something to her, and she don't get no pleasure out of it. You either going to do something different or you going to lose your lady, right?
Yeah, exactly, because somebody else going in with both tongues.
Right. So, I mean, I just hate the fact that they don't show the man no respect. None.
Well, first of all, you got to realize you're black.
I know. I posted something on my Facebook page. I've taken it down, though. I posted something on my Facebook page earlier this week. You got Martin Luther King standing in the courtroom with a PhD, got a bigger education than anybody else in the courtroom, the judge, the district attorney, the defense attorney, and you got President Obama got a Harvard law degree. Both of them won the Peace Prize. You know what I'm saying?
He's a Harvard law professor, Obama.
Right. And my question was, what do you have? I mean, what in the world do you have to do in this country to stop being called boy and nigger, man? What do you have to do, man? I mean, there's no higher accolade than becoming the president of the United States.
Well, you see, you're dealing with a mindset of some people that have got to maintain control no matter what's going on in the atmosphere. They got to feel superior, all right? See, let me tell you what they thought. They thought that electing Obama in office, no matter whether he was black, white, yellow, or brown, that they could still, maintain some semblance of control over the man. All right? That's how he got in office in the first place. Now, it's interesting how he got in office. Bush had the country so screwed up and he didn't do it by himself. I mean, fair is fair. Right. That man had a bunch of Republicans and Tea Party, and not even Tea Party. They didn't call it the Tea Party till after they just didn't want to call themselves Republicans no more because of the state the country was in. That's how that whole Tea Party thing started. Uh-huh. So the country was so messed up that Bush represented who? The Republicans. So there was no way behind that you had the biggest terrorist incident ever. You had the economy of the country in the toilet. I mean, even white folks ain't want to go to the gas station, just cringing. They couldn't even get their kids nothing for Christmas. So once the poverty line spread from the ghetto all the way to the upper middle class, they're like, all right, what the hell is this guy doing? You had Dick Cheney, who had so much contempt for everybody. I mean, I've never seen a man. This is who was running the country. I've never seen nobody give a speech and he just looked like he got contempt for his audience, like he wants to tell the whole press corps to get the hell off my lawn. I mean, the question I ask every time I see Dick Cheney was, how does he eat with Darth Vader's mask on? I mean, this is who we have running the country. So you have him and Bush. They running things. They're so bad, the economy is so bad that even Republicans didn't want to be Republicans anymore. That's why, again, they called themselves the Tea Party. Now, let me show you what happened. This was the time that the Democrats could try any social experiment they wanted to try. This is the time where they didn't have to pick a white guy. This is the time where they could pick who they deemed was the smartest, best man for the job, and pull out a win no matter what. If you had a crippled, cross-eyed midget that had the same smarts and same charisma Obama had, he would have been president. Because there just was not going to be another Republican. So hence, it didn't matter if he was black. It didn't matter if he was white. As long as he get it for propriety, he was going to play ball. He had good looks, very articulate. It didn't matter if he was a black man. So boom, pop, pow, now he's president.
Right.
Now, what wound up happening, and the reason why he took so much criticism, like Mimi brought up earlier, he had to take 5 years to clean up almost 16 years of a mess. Right. See, you could not blame Obama for the deficit being trillions of dollars. It was there when he got there. That's not something you could clean up overnight.
Right.
You had the economy in the worst shape it's been almost since, not even since the recession of when Reagan was in office, but the Great Depression of the 1920s. You can't clean that up overnight. Every president, Bush, was looking for Osama bin Laden since he got there, and they couldn't find him. He found and killed Osama bin Laden. That couldn't happen overnight. And got the troops out of Iran and Afghanistan. That couldn't happen overnight. But the man delivered on every major promise that he did since he campaigned. The country needed change. He promised change. It couldn't have. See, we live in a world where he promised us change. He got sworn into office on Tuesday. Change didn't come by Friday, so everybody got dissatisfied.
Right.
But now here it is, a year and a half before the next election, before he has to go bye-bye. Now you can basically see with your own two eyes how things are. Housing is starting to be more affordable. Gas prices are the lowest that I've seen since, I can't remember the last time I've seen gas $1 and something a gallon.
Man, me either.
Your dollar at the grocery store goes a little bit further than it went, last year or even 2 years ago. And right. So forth and so on. And that's due to a man that had a vision, that wanted to see the country on the most even keel that it possibly can get on, and that was his whole mission to begin with.
Right.
But I promise you, if, and this is a big if, you get another Republican, you might as well rewind the clock back 20 years, because we're going to be everything. They're going to undo everything he's done.
Right.
And call it for the good of the country.
That's what they plan to do and trying to do. Now that they got control of the House and the Senate.
And when it happens, guess what? When it happens, they're gonna have the gall to blame him.
Mhm. They are. Yeah. They blame him for everything anyway.
This is the wake up call to America. See, America is a country where they do what we let them do to us. It's up to us to say enough is enough and not let those assholes get back control. Because if you let them have control, that's exactly what they're going to get. And if you think they care about your children and your children's children, you better think again. These guys that control the Senate and the House of Representatives, they're not looking after the next generation to be educated and leave. These assholes think they're going to live forever.
Right.
So it's not in their best interest, or it's not in their purview to care if your kids get a good education. And I'm not just talking about black kids. I'm even talking about white. They don't care about the kids, period. They don't care about young people.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you something else. let a Republican leader get in there. You think the cops are going crazy now, and there's no justice, no check and balance on them. Let one of them Republicans get in office and see if the shooting of black people don't quadruple or go 20 times worse than what it is, because they're gonna get away with a whole lot more than what they're getting away with now. It's time for America to wake up and look at what's going on. You ever see the movie The Running Man?
I have.
There was a post on Facebook. It said the country is going from this, and they showed Doc Brown and Marty McFly in the time machine to this, and they showed Richard Dawson and Arnold Schwarzenegger in their Running Man car. This is what it's coming down to.
That's terrible.
We going into the age of the Running Man, and we also going into the age of the Terminator, where the computers are so smart they're gonna become self-aware and decide they don't need us no more, human beings, and eradicate us all.
It's gonna be another iRobot.
Yeah, exactly. Only the robots are gonna take over.
They're gonna steal your job, Felix.
Yeah, we're not going to need Felix no more. We're going to do is just set the laptop up, put it on auto run, and just let the show run. They're not even going to need me and you. Me, you, and Dreamy no more is going to be, so did you watch Monday Night Raw the other night?
Yes,
Seth
I
Rollins
did.
is going to win 88.9%. Everybody's going to listen to that, and we're not going to have a job that we're not getting paid for right now. But there's not going to be no use for us.
Right.
We won't be around anyway because we'll be dead. We'll be dead and gone.
Well,
yeah.
That just reminded me so I can call LaFonse to go to make my funeral arrangement.
yeah. We all gonna get on the LaFonse plan. I don't got no money to put myself away, so I'll be like, hey, LaFonse, let me holler at you for a minute. Let me get one of them Buddy Family Plan packages.
Yeah, let me get one of them prepaid packages. I can
pay
a little bit on it right now.
Start making,
Yeah, start making payments on it.
I was going to start making payments on it now.
Yep.
The wrestling with death on the installment plan.
I can pay $15 a month.
Oh, my goodness.
Yep. That's
all right,
crazy,
so anyway, let's shift gears. Rumble predictions. Dreamy, what's going to happen at the Rumble Sunday, honey?
You know, I honestly don't know. I haven't even really thought about the I don't know who I think is gonna win. I don't even know who all is in it.
All right, well you got Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins, and John Cena triple threat match. What's gonna happen during that and why?
I don't know. Between the three, I think they're gonna probably try to give it to Seth. How that's going to come about, I don't know, but
I can tell you how, Mo. This is going to be an interesting discussion. John Cena and Brock going to beat the hell out of each other. One of them going to pin each other, but they're going to be so dead. That's when Seth's going to cash in his Money in the Bank contract and just cover who's ever half dead who got the belt, and that's how you're going to get it. Mo, that makes sense to you?
It sounds pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds pretty reasonable. I want to know. I want to know because there's not been any formal announcement. I want to know, is Undertaker retired?
You know what? I have not heard. I do not know.
I can't see him. I can't see him retired. You know.
Well, supposedly when they were in Dallas this past Monday, he met with Vince. At this point in time, they're predicting if he doesn't have a match, he will make an appearance, but not have a match, and maybe postpone it and just do the Sting match maybe next year in Dallas, as they announced WrestleMania 32 will be in Dallas next year.
Right.
Okay, but here's the thing. Since the streak is broken, is there really anything left for him to do?
Yeah, work Sting.
As far as proof, no. But have the match that everybody's been wanting to see, considering they're both over 50 now. Well, Undertaker's 50, but I still think that those two could outperform a good majority of that locker room.
Oh, yeah.
That's my personal opinion.
No, you hit the nail right on the head. Now, Mo, what did you think of the Monday Night Raw this past Monday? Dreamy, same question when he get done, because I thought it was the best show I've seen in a while.
I thought it was pretty good, man. You know, I love the whole Ascension thing. You know,
that was fun.
I ate that up. You know,
does that kill it for them, Dreamy? The Ascension?
I think so. I mean, everybody else that they wanted to go over, I mean, every match that they had, they won. And then, like with Bo Dallas, then they finally started losing, and he's nowhere to be seen now. So, I mean, I personally, I thought that was a shock that they took the Ascension out so quickly.
They had all this hype. Mo, what they do that for? They had all this hype, and I'm thinking the Ascension was the biggest, best thing. Now they're going to treat us like a couple of jabronis.
Well, you know, they could be swerving us, man, because think about it. You know, if you look at the situation, right? They only got touched by 3 people: Road Dogg and Billy Gunn and Bradshaw.
All right.
It wasn't like all 7 of those guys put their hands on those
true.
2. Okay.
That's true.
So at the Rumble, they go into a tag match against Road Dogg and Billy Gunn. They're either gonna be done after the end of the Rumble, or they're gonna beat Billy Gunn and Road Dogg, and then come back with it's real easy to beat us when you got the deck stacked against us. I mean, because what they made it look like was it was the Ascension against all of the old guys. You know what I mean? Like, where were they gonna go?
Right.
You know, it was like, where were they gonna go? They couldn't win anywhere. But only 3 people put hands on them. So they're either gonna finish them up and try to repackage them after the Rumble, or they're going to use the Rumble, have those 2 dominate Billy and Road Dogg, you know, and then strengthen their push.
All right.
I think what they really do need to do is take them shoulder pads off of them, man.
Yeah, they need to do that, because the Road Warriors were the Road Warriors, and I think it's a slap in the face to the legacy to have them even come out there looking like that.
Yeah.
Just like I think that it's a slap in the face to Men on a Mission that had the New Day coming out here looking like that. But that's another story.
Yeah, them guys still around? Yeah, they're
still around. Wait a minute. All 3 of them had a mic the other day on Raw. Why? What for? Why the hell did all 3 of them have to have a mic? We didn't all have a mic.
They're preaching a new day. They're preaching about a new day coming. It's a new day.
You had Men on a Mission, Mo, Oscar, and Mabel, 1 mic.
Yeah.
All 3 of these jokers had a mic. For what?
Wow.
It's a new day, man.
Yeah, it's a new day. I wish that day would be over. It's like Groundhog Day. I mean, I wish it would stop. I see it. They are not doing me no credit whatsoever, looking like big clowns.
Yeah.
Looking like new clowns instead of a new day.
What's up?
All right, so Dreamy, check this out. You had Flair, you had Hogan, you had Michaels in the ring, the Big Show coming there punking everybody. Did they really need Reigns to come save them? Couldn't those 3 have taken the Big Show, and would that have been realistic?
Realistically?
Yeah, realistically, they definitely could have taken Big Show. I mean, that's not even a question. But with them trying to push Reigns, they got to make him Superman. So.
Mo, did they need Reigns to bail them out? Really?
Realistically, no, not realistically. I mean, realistically, Hogan, Shawn Michaels, and Flair could have took that guy out. But number one, I think they're trying their best to do everything in their power not to put Hogan in a position where they got to give him a match.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because he's jockeying for a match at WrestleMania.
Right.
Yeah.
He's salivating at it.
Match. Yeah. He's jockeying for one more big payday at WrestleMania. But I think that it was an effort to kind of try to boost Reigns some more.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't care what nobody says, and I probably never, I probably just keep heat on my back for saying this. But Reigns against Big Slow is just ain't no money, man.
No.
Can't draw no money with Reigns against Big Slow.
Well, I hope they kill that before WrestleMania.
No, they're going to have a match with those two probably at the February pay-per-view right before WrestleMania, and that's probably where they'll kill it.
I hope so.
I
hope they kill it after the Rumble.
All right, now here's a good one. Dreamy, start this one off. Danny Bryan, did they make the best with him?
That was a mess.
Okay.
Daniel Bryan been out for 8 months. Y'all gonna bring him back and let him go down like that? What was the point? I was so upset about that match. I'm like, what was the point?
Now, is anybody watching SmackDown right now? Because I don't have that channel. And if
I'm
so,
recording it.
Is he getting any? Are you recording it? Because I want to know if he's getting any retribution at this point. Because they need to redeem themselves from that debacle.
Oh, actually, that match he's supposed to have is supposed to determine whether he can make it into the Rumble tonight. Tonight on SmackDown, anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, they ain't got to it yet.
All right. Well, Mo, Danny Bryan? Did they do him right, man, or what?
Man, it's kind of hard to see where they're going with it. I didn't like the fact that they brought him back, put him in there against Bray Wyatt, and just beat him like they did. And then have Kane come out and beat him some more. I don't see. Nothing against Kane personally, but I don't look at Kane as being the big red monster anymore, being an intimidating force, or I just don't see it. I don't understand where they were going with the whole thing. But you know that you can lose every match for 2 years, and then they put you on a winning streak, and you come back and become the world champion. So
yeah,
it's I guess they might be just trying to make it look like he ain't got a chance in Snowball's chance in hell of winning the Rumble. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
By
Mo,
coming back losing like that.
A side question. We get back to this. Wasn't Tony Myers Chad Bishop partner during our debut? Because that's Derek King mentioned Tony Myers, and that name sticking out to me.
I don't know if he was Chad. No, Tony Myers wasn't. You're thinking of Rich Myers.
Oh, Rich Myers.
But Tony's a super nice guy from New Jersey. That's where he's at now. And but he's always been one of the top guys, enhancement guys there in Memphis.
Okay.
And he's been around. He's been around a while. He's still working there in the New York, New Jersey area. Actually, just came back from like a 6-7 month tour of Japan. So,
Now, New Japan on Axis, Felix Samoa, either one of you got a chance to take a look at that?
I'm sorry, New Japan what now?
On Axis TV.
No. I only checked out their Wrestle Kingdom, and that was very enjoyable. But as far as, no, I haven't checked it out.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know. New Japan, I've only caught it a couple of times. They seem to really know what the hell they doing. What do you think of Japanese wrestling, Mo?
You know what, man? I think it's hard to follow. Because
of the language?
Not the language, man. It's kind of like ECW was kind of hard to follow. As far as the in-ring stuff, because they don't hardly sell, man.
Okay.
They don't hardly sell. So.
Yeah, ECW,
I don't know.
They
I don't
get thrown
think
off
it's gonna
buildings and then get right back up.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, I don't. I think it will take a while before it catches on over here, if it does catch on. So.
Well, people need an alternative. I mean, people need, something else besides, I mean, if WWE got some competition like we've been saying for months, they deliver a much better product. But I don't know. One thing I pay attention to is the app, and surprisingly, the numbers of people that watch Raw, their pay-per-view numbers, everything, they still seem to be holding steady. So maybe it's because people just don't have no place else to go.
Right. They're not giving a whole lot of options, man.
Now, it takes us back to, one of my favorite conversations, one of my favorite things I've ever seen in wrestling. It just takes us back to the Monday Night Wars, where there was some place to go, and when they wasn't minding their P's and Q's, they got spanked really good. See, they don't have that today, so they can give you whatever product the hell they want to freaking give you.
Right. And that's what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but you know what? It's a psychology behind it, because you got Dreamy, you got me, and as bad as we talk about it, you just can't seem to take your eyes off it. You want to watch it every week, and even if you want to critique it, that's where they seem to have everybody at. So that's not really a bad formula.
Well, on the upside, they're supposedly looking for new writers, so.
but okay. So they get a new writer, right? They get a new writer, and you can write the most impressive, the most sensible stuff that has ever been written in the history of the company. And Vince don't gonna go for it. He's done changed the last 20 minutes anyway.
Yeah.
So what's the sense in doing it?
The old man's got the final say.
Yeah.
That's right.
If you don't want to, it's like some shaky independent promoter. If you tell them something that makes sense and they don't want to listen, and I ain't gonna mention no names, they're just gonna do what the hell they want to do. What's the sense in paying me to write? What's the sense in me talking to you?
That's right.
So he don't even need to pay a team of writers. He just needs to do like they used to do back in the day. Shane McMahon used to write and change stuff up right before it was time for the first person to go out the curtain. I saw Shane in a small room with his Sharpie writing up the right before it's time to go on. Yeah. So there's just no easy answer to fixing this situation. That's the bottom line to what my rhetoric right now. I mean, there's just no whatever. So let's shift gears for a minute and let's talk about. We have had now, Mo, you can help because Dreamy's gonna jump all over this. With the anti-bullying, she says that my presentations are too short, man. Mimi, what am I doing wrong with the anti-bullying, and how can I improve?
I mean, I think you're doing a great job, but you running out of there like you're on fire. I mean, 20, 25 minutes for the whole program. Most of the time that you spend is doing the fun part, giving away the prizes and stuff. But you need to spend and focus more time on giving them a message that they, and get stuff they can get something out of it. But I mean, you get them 10 minutes top of dialogue, and then that's it.
What I gotta do, man? Because I need help in that area.
What you do, man? What you do is you give them background on yourself.
Yeah.
And I think, I'm not sure if I sent this to Mimi or not, but I think I sent her like a list of like 7 or 8 questions.
Mm-hmm.
You give them some background on yourself, and then you talk to them about uplifting their ego.
Okay.
Because you wanna entice them into feeling positive about themselves, no matter what nobody else says about them. You know what I mean? Because so many people got low self-esteem. So those are the ones that you're really trying to grab when you're talking to people with low self-esteem. It doesn't matter if you're as fat as I am, and you can use yourself as an example. So I use myself as an example. It doesn't matter if you're as fat as I am, don't have as much hair as I do, or as pretty as I am, or whatever. But everybody matters. Everybody's beautiful. It's not what the outside portrays, but what comes out of you from the inside. If you could be as beautiful as anybody, but if you have a nasty personality, a nasty attitude, then you're just a pretty nasty person. You see what I mean? Whereas you cannot be the prettiest person, but have the positive outlook on life, a positive attitude. You always want to help people. You feel sorry for others when they're hurting. That in itself shows that you're a good person. You don't have to be the prettiest person or have the prettiest girlfriend or the finest boyfriend, to be a good person.
All right. Well, send me that stuff again so I can kind of go over it and, work on my delivery.
We gonna work on it together, because what he said that he sent you or he sent us, we have that. But what he was just talking about, that's the part that you need to start incorporating. See, Mo, that part that you just talked about, that's a whole section that he does not even go into.
Right.
He focuses strictly on bullying, and then he talks about the bully themselves, but he doesn't stretch it out into an actual presentation where he's really talking to the kids and, like you said, encouraging them and talking to them. It's really, really, really quick.
Yeah.
And we might have to start doing it together.
Well, all you got to do is just get up there and start talking to the kids. And don't be mean to the kids. I'm glad she brought that up. Don't be mean to the kids. In 2014, Dreamy Me was the biggest baby face there was. She done turned heel in 2015. Just mean.
It's probably if she's. I'm not saying I agree, but if she is, she's probably learned in the short period of time that she's been working with the equilibrium stuff that sometimes you just got to say what it is and let it be what it is and do what it is, as opposed to trying to sugarcoat it, go around the corner. I mean, because you're in a battle zone, man, when it comes to business and all of that stuff. You're in a battle zone, and you got to play a different game. When it comes to business, you can't be the dreamy Mimi that you always are, and then handle business. Can you? Can you be that same person?
Oh no, of course not.
It's like you got to put on 2 or 3 different hats. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I mean, I get where you're coming from. I think that Dreamy, if you let Oscar do his part, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe you come in and you do a part, but you more or less, trying to uplift your girls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, just the kids, period, because if I'm going to go in, I'm going to focus on all of them,
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Just kind of let Oscar, kind of like wrestling, let Oscar start the match off and then you take it home.
Okay.
You take it home, then after you take it home, then just ask 3 or 4 of those questions and let them, answer the question, and give them a better way to handle it. Like, how many people in here has ever been bullied before? You know, you're gonna get hands raised, and then just individually to stretch it out, you just pick somebody and say, "You, tell me about a situation where you got bullied." You know, and how you handled it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That way you can stretch that out another 10 or 15 minutes during the Q&A before you get to the prizes.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Felix.
Yes, sir.
The Pipe Bomb Radio Network 2015. Give me the reports. How are both shows doing?
Both shows have been doing tremendously well. It's been an up and down competition, it seems like, between the two shows because 1 week, well, you guys will be ahead of us and bringing in more listeners. The next week we will. And it was, especially towards the end of 2014. But as we go into 2015, the battle continues. But we're both bringing in a good amount of listeners, definitely keep the people interested. And I think it's a lot to do with not just the conversation, not just the guests, but the overall rapport between the hosts of each show. And it just goes to show you that, you know, hard work, determination definitely pays off. And as I mentioned, towards the end of 2015, y'all ain't seen nothing yet.
Give us some numbers, because I know we were at 1,000 downloads at one time. How's that going for everybody?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, no, I can give you that. Between us, as far as towards the end goes, yes, it started. We were going back between 1,000 to 1,500, and even peaking at 2,000.
Wow.
For the show that we did with Brett, that one definitely peaked at probably one of our highest downloads at close to 2,500. With you guys, it's moving up in that direction. It has not gone down. I will say it has not gone down at all.
Okay.
You guys are maintaining anywhere between 1,500 to 2,500 in that ballpark. I don't know exact numbers because I haven't checked them recently. But I can get that to you. So we're spreading. We're getting the word out, and I know as you guys continue to do more of these projects that you're going to be doing, you guys are going to be bringing in more listeners for your show, and you guys are going to leave us in the dust.
All right. Well, I always like to keep abreast.
It'll be good business for everybody, though.
Oh, yeah. We're all one big family, one big network.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're all working hard for the same goal.
No. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Always good to know the business.
It's not necessarily something we're drooping on anything. We're definitely doing better as time has gotten on. We've spread the word a lot more. So yeah, and not to mention the fact that the social media for you guys. For those listening, Oscar's got his Twitter at MOM_Oscar. We've put the word out on our YouTube page. You guys have YouTube. Your shows are on YouTube. We're in the process of converting them over to Daily Motion as well. So we're definitely trying to help spreading the word in any way that we can, social media wise. So yeah.
All right.
Without going into a lot of detail, Oscar, what is the foreseeable future look like for your equilibrium program?
Oh, that's a good question.
Well, okay, we are currently in Boston now. We have pretty much set our fundraiser/conference. We're going to have that here in the Needham, Massachusetts area. That's going to be in June at the Sheraton Needham. That's a chance for everybody to get together and come out and get in one room and have a lunch so that everybody can learn what equilibrium is all about. And we got that sponsored by Huge Insurance. As we speak right now, Dr. Reese is meeting with Morgan Stanley down in Florida, and we're getting a financial package, the seeds planted for that going on. So we're getting a lot of traction, but the biggest blessing of all is the fact that clients are starting to call for our services before we're actually online. So that's the beauty part of it.
Good. On the dinner thing or whatever, you said in June. Is it anywhere near the same time of the New England Hall of Fame, or is it?
It's going to be about June 8th, somewhere around there.
It was the goal at first to have it the time that we were in Boston mode that first week of March, but the timetable just wasn't feasible. So unfortunately, it's even going to be a couple of weeks before Providence.
Okay.
And not to mention, guys, you guys are going to be doing the Vegas trip too, and I'm proud to say I'm a card-carrying member of the Cauliflower Alley Club, so I definitely look forward to checking out what you guys got going for Vegas coming up too.
Yeah, we're gonna have a equilibrium reception during Cauliflower Alley someplace that you are definitely on a VIP list for, Felix, as well as anything else we can plug you into. But we're gonna have a good time. Me and you, we're going to the crap table. So that's the big part.
And then not to mention February too. You guys got plans coming down to Cali, coming down to my neck of the woods.
You are going to meet us in Beverly Hills that weekend, brother?
I'm hoping to. If all things go right, I don't see why not.
Yeah, we're gonna meet down there. You know who else is meeting us down there? Rob Van Dam.
Oh, you know what you got to do too? You remember Chris DeJoseph mentioned that if you guys come to town, he might be able to hook you up with a Lucha Underground show.
Lucha Underground tickets. But you gotta touch base with him to find out if those guys are running, and we want to exchange information and actually get a meeting with him and the people down there. Thanks for reminding me that. That's a big step.
Absolutely.
Good.
Got a lot on the plate, guys. 2015, like I said, the fans ain't seen nothing yet.
And we're gonna see Sir Mo on the next season of Wrestling with Death.
Hey, I'll be watching.
I don't know. Now, Mo, let me ask you a question. Did you drop the ball? Why wasn't you part of that whole thing? Because LaFonce and them your people.
That's true.
Oh no, man, I was here. They run on Friday nights, man, and I pretty much. Here's the thing, man.
Yeah, tell me about it. You should have been a consultant, a job, something.
Well, I didn't know anything about it until they started advertising that they were going to do it. But I had stopped working for independent promoters there in Tennessee, in the Tennessee, Arkansas area. I don't think I've worked for LaFonce, but maybe once or twice. I mean, I don't have a bad relationship with them or anything. I've just always done my own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always done my own thing because it's just easier, man. Sometimes to just do your own thing and stay out of everybody else's way, And so, but like I told Derek and LaFonce, give me a call. I'll be happy to come and, do something, But right now, man, I'm just trying to focus on my health, which has been pretty good. I've been here since the week before Thanksgiving, and I've not missed one day of treatment.
Good.
I've been good, which is great because I'm the kind of person that I'm supposed to go to treatment 3 days a week.
Right.
I had gotten to the point where I would go 1 day a week, man.
Nah, man, you need to stop that, man.
It was because of my insurance, though.
Okay.
It was because of my insurance. Dude, it's like, I'm racking up $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 in medical bills that I can't pay.
Right.
And I'm hoping to, by the time I turn 50, buy a house.
Remember
So if I live to see 65,
they wrote off like $300,000 of that. Remember?
Say what?
Yeah, we had $500,000 in medical bills ourselves, but the good Lord wrote off like $300,000 of that, so we got like $200,000 in medical bills. It's the same thing because who got that kind of money? But at least $300,000 got mysteriously written off some kind of way.
Right.
Well, maybe they'll write off the other $200,000.
Wait, that's only one place though.
Yeah.
That's not even including the other hospitals.
I know we got about 17 hospitals between the both of us. We owe like $1 million to the medical establishment.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of hard, So, but yeah, Wrestle with Death. If given the opportunity, I'd love to go and help them out or whatever. I mean, they don't need my help though.
No. I'm going to tell you why they do need your help, and this is no cut on them or nothing like that. A lot of these guys, they go into these situations now. Having the situation that they have is a pretty big deal. Being on WGN, that is no joke. That's a pretty big deal.
Yeah,
but what they do, especially in the reality television space, they take advantage of people because they don't know anything about the entertainment business. They don't know how these contracts work. I mentioned, the rating system to them, and I was talking another language. And that's not saying they're not smart or anything like that, but people are not. The reality business takes advantage of people because they're not groomed to come up in the business to know the ins and outs of entertainment, period.
Right.
So a guy like you being on WWE television, watching how Vince McMahon worked and all other kind of stuff like that, you would be a great consultant because when it comes to negotiating their contract, or when it comes down to, or when it comes down to a lot of the spaces they be in, I don't know if they talked residuals. I mean, all that other kind of stuff like that they probably possibly don't know anything about. They would need somebody like you in order to kind of like guide them on a business way so they're not being taken advantage of.
Yeah. Well, if the offer is extended, I will accept the offer. I don't want to, I wouldn't go knocking on the door, asking.
No. But I mean, I'm just saying that if they ever ask you, if that door ever opens, offer a helping hand, your expertise, because in the reality world, a lot of people need somebody like that in order to help them out.
Right. Yeah, they need not to be getting taken advantage of.
No.
I think that could be a hot show. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just like I said before. Prior to watching that show, man, I don't know about you or Felix or Mimi, but I never had any type of understanding of the process. From the body bag to laying on the table to preparing the body. That show, man, gives you an insight to all of that, man. And for me personally, I feel a little bit better about going, having watched that. The only thing it tells me is is to make sure you get your financial part of it in order, man. Because I mean, you can tell when you just get your financial stuff in order when it comes to your life insurance.
There was a show, one of HBO's all-time greatest hit shows, called 6 Feet Under, that came on some years ago. That was a show, it didn't have wrestling in it, but it was a show about the funeral business that really went into really graphic detail. But that's kind of like what this reminds me of, but this is more real. This is more real life, more realistic. Because these are real people with a real funeral home that go to the day-to-day operations of dealing with people who have passed away. And you're right. It's a story that people need to know about. What really happens, and that part by itself is going to attract a lot of viewers. The wrestling part of it is going to be gravy.
Look, I'm going to tell you this. Now I ain't going to say nothing else. Prior to seeing this, man, I was afraid to death to die. The unknown,
I could
the
imagine.
unknown of the process. You know what I mean?
Right.
But having seen the process, if I was to die, I would want to be left in the hands of somebody with LaFonce's mentality, man. Somebody's going to take care of you, make sure your family's taken care of. So. Yeah, I appreciate that show, man.
Well, I personally, I have no concern about that process. It's the afterlife I'm worried about. I'm trying to get life right where the hell I'm going, because all that other stuff like that ain't really gonna matter to me.
Well, me either, but I'm trying to work on that too.
Yeah, the afterlife, where I'm not even gonna say where the hell I'm going. I'm gonna be like where I'm going.
Yeah, my biggest problem right now, man, as far as life go, man, is I gotta lose this infatuation with the midgets.
With the midgets? It's just a matter of your black ass need help, and that's help that we gonna get you, okay? With the midgets. And that being said, Mo being fixated on the midgets, the fastest 2 hours in radio is up once again. Dreamy Mimi Oscar live here in Boston, Mo in North Carolina, Felix in sunny California. We're going to see you guys next Thursday. Not Your Mama's Radio Show. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Hey, everybody.
Love you, Mimi. Bye,
love you,
bad
boy. His black, greasy ass.
We're on a mission!